In the heart of the Amazon, a world of breathtaking biodiversity thrives, a realm of myth and legend. This is the planet's largest rainforest, a sprawling emerald ocean of trees that breathes life into our world. For centuries, its depths have guarded secrets, concealing creatures that defy imagination. Here, life operates on a different scale, governed by ancient rhythms of flood and forest. And at the very top of this intricate food web, reigning as an undisputed apex predator, is a name that commands both fear and respect: the anaconda. For as long as we have told stories about the Amazon, we have told stories of these colossal serpents, the silent, powerful rulers of the waterways. They are the stuff of legend, symbols of the wild, untamed power of the jungle. We thought we knew them. We thought we understood their place in this world. But the Amazon is not a place that gives up its secrets easily. Deep within its most remote corners, a discovery was waiting. One that would challenge everything we thought we knew about its most formidable giant. The story begins not with a single moment of discovery, but with a journey of collaboration. A team of scientists, led by Professor Brian Fry from the University of Queensland, ventured into the Ecuadorian Amazon. They were there on a mission, filming a new series with National Geographic to investigate the impacts of oil drilling on the region's delicate ecosystems and its wildlife. But this was no ordinary scientific expedition. Their success hinged on a crucial partnership with the indigenous Waorani people, the ancestral guardians of this land. For generations, the Waorani have lived in harmony with the forest, their knowledge of its complex web of life unparalleled. They invited the researchers into their territory, a rare and sacred honor, to help them collect samples from the very animals they revere, the anacondas. The Waorani call them water mothers, and they believe these giant snakes are spiritual protectors of the rivers. With the guide's expert tracking and deep respect for the animals, the team was able to navigate the labyrinthine waterways, locating and safely studying several of these magnificent creatures. It was during this vital fieldwork, while collecting blood and tissue samples, that the first clues of something extraordinary began to surface. The scientists were simply gathering data, but they were about to stumble upon a secret that had been hiding in plain sight for 10 million years. Back in the lab, the true scale of the discovery was revealed. The team analyzed the genetic material from the anacondas they had sampled. The results were not just surprising, they were staggering. For decades, science had recognized a single species of green anaconda. But the DNA told a different story. The anacondas from the northern Amazon basin in Ecuador, Colombia, and Venezuela were genetically distinct from their southern counterparts found in Peru, Bolivia, and Brazil. And this wasn't a minor variation. The two groups were separated by a whopping 5.5% genetic divergence. To put that into perspective, the genetic difference between humans and our closest living relatives, chimpanzees, is only about 2%. This meant the team hadn't just found a regional variation. They had found a completely separate species. These two groups of anacondas, which look nearly identical to the naked eye, had been evolving on separate paths for an estimated 10 million years. It was a cryptic species, a hidden branch on the tree of life, concealed by its own remarkable similarity to its southern cousin. The single monolithic green anaconda was now two: the existing southern green anaconda, and this newly identified giant, which the team proposed to name the northern green anaconda. The name Akaima comes from the local Caravan languages, meaning great snake, a fitting tribute to both the creature and the indigenous knowledge that led to its discovery. With the confirmation of a new species came another astonishing realization. The northern green anaconda isn't just different, it appears to be, on average, the largest of all anacondas. While tales of monstrous snakes have long been a staple of Amazonian folklore, separating fact from fiction has always been a challenge. But the reports from the field team were backed by evidence and the historical accounts of the Waorani people. They spoke of specimens far exceeding the typical sizes recorded for anacondas. During their expedition, the team encountered and measured a female anaconda that was a confirmed 6.3 meters long, that's over 20 feet. But local reports from the Waorani suggest this is far from the species' maximum size. They have reliably documented snakes reaching an incredible 7.5 meters, or nearly 25 feet, and weighing an estimated 500 kilograms, or 1,100 pounds. A snake of this magnitude is difficult to comprehend. Its body would be as thick as a car tire, its head the size of a human's. It would be, without question, the heaviest and one of the longest snakes ever recorded in the world. These are not just snakes. They are ecosystem engineers, apex predators capable of taking down prey as large as deer or capybaras, shaping the very fabric of their environment. The discovery suggests that the title for the world's biggest snake may belong to this newly identified northern lineage. Yet this monumental discovery is shadowed by a profound and urgent threat. The northern green anaconda, a species we have only just met, is already in grave danger. Its known habitat is surprisingly small, confined to a specific river basin in the upper Amazon. And this very region is under intense pressure from human activity. The irony is cruel. The anacondas were being studied to assess the impact of oil spills, and it is this same industry that poses an existential threat to their survival. The expansion of oil drilling, along with deforestation for agriculture and the fragmentation of the forest by new roads, is destroying the pristine waterways these giants depend on. Anacondas are sentinel species. As apex predators, they absorb pollutants from everything they eat. Heavy metals like lead and cadmium, byproducts of the oil industry, contaminate the water, work their way up the food chain, and accumulate in the bodies of these snakes. This contamination can lead to reproductive failure and severe health problems, creating a toxic environment for the very creatures that define its wildness. The northern green anaconda has a much smaller range than its southern relative, making it far more vulnerable. An oil spill in the wrong place, or a new wave of deforestation, could devastate a significant portion of their entire population. We have found a new giant, only to realize it is standing on fragile ground. The discovery of has ignited a race against time. Now that we know this species exists, the responsibility to protect it becomes paramount. The first step was to formally name and describe it, a critical process that gives the northern green anaconda official recognition in the eyes of science and conservation law. This allows it to be assessed for inclusion on international endangered species lists, which can unlock vital funding and legal protections. But the work has only just begun. Scientists must now embark on a comprehensive study of the species. How large is its population? What are the precise boundaries of its range? What are its specific reproductive habits and dietary needs? Answering these questions is essential for developing an effective conservation plan. This effort cannot succeed without the continued leadership of the indigenous communities who live alongside these snakes. The Waorani and other local groups are the frontline guardians of the Amazon. Empowering them to protect their ancestral lands is the single most effective way to safeguard the future of the anaconda and the countless other species that share its home. The challenge is immense. It requires a global effort to pressure governments and corporations to adopt more sustainable practices, to halt the relentless expansion of extraction industries into these last wild places. We must protect their habitat, not just for the snakes, but for the health of the entire Amazon basin and for the planet. Nature has just reminded us that there are still massive, undiscovered wonders in the world. The question now is whether we can act quickly enough to save them.